Hey, everybody, welcome into the live stream today. It's Papa Drew. Is my voice coming through okay? Let me turn on my lighting. Oh, there we go. Amazing. Can everybody hear me? Yes or no? I'm waiting to see. Right now, I hope everybody can hear me. We have Living Light RV in the house. We have Mel is in the house coming camping. We have Buckeye Kitty. We had an amazing journey over in Quartzsite for the last week, and I just kind of wanted to go over it. The video is almost posted. I spent a good 6 hours today editing that video. Yesterday was the video where we got wiped out for Thanksgiving, and I had to use our special YouTube tool that Galleon Adventures never got. So Jerry's in the house too. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? All the way over from Maryland. So let's talk about Quartzsite and our magical journey over there. I'm blown away. And Endless RVing just joined us, and it seemed like there were two groups of creators and family members. Some of them went into Florida, into Tampa, and some of us went up to Quartzsite. And like Lisa says from Living Light RV, we named ourselves the cool kids in Quartzsite, and it was really interesting the dynamic that took place in Quartzsite. And I just wanted to talk about that. We had a ton of creators and we had just amazing channels. And I know Tampa had amazing channels down there and they had great creators. And this isn't a competition between the two. I can only speak for the stuff that we had over in Quartzsite. And it was really neat, the dynamic between the family members or the people who just watch YouTube, to see YouTube creators behind the scenes and kind of get the feel of what they're really about and what they're like. And the creators are really cool. Nobody was really running around with a camera and shoving it in anybody's face. We were just sitting down and just talking. And it was just really neat to sit down with other creators and talk to them, and get to know their perspective on like YouTube and the struggles and stuff. And I think it was really neat for the subscribers to kind of catch an ear on that, and to kind of gain some insight into that world that we come from as content creators, and the struggles that we go through from starting the channel at like one person and then trying to build that content or that niche that we're working on to see what's going to work and what's not going to work, and why we do the channels. And it was really cool. I mean, I sat down on many a nights with Living Light RV and talked with him, and it was just amazing, just to the connection that you could sit down with these people and talk with them, and it's like they know you and you know them, and it's like your old buddies, to just really sit there and just get you just get to know the essence of that person. And that was really cool and really special down in Quartzsite that we had around the fire and stuff. And I'm trying to capture some of the goofiness that is me and them and put it into the video. So Kent and Lisa and Aaron and all them people, if you're in the video and something's goofy, a good chance that I'm going to put it in. So just enjoy that and just let it roll and just have a good time with it, okay? Because I got some good stuff that I kind of stealth filmed. So this is my first time to Quartzsite. I've never done that. I've driven off-road before in the military, but not in an RV. So I was a little apprehensive to take the RV out into the Arizona desert and kind of drive it around, but it wasn't warranted. Okay, driving around Quartzsite is like driving on a road that's really not maintained. It's just a bunch of big rocks out there that you just drive over, and it's really cool. So our National Ventures just came in. Bruce just came in. I want to say hi. Cummings Camping just came in. The other half of Buckeye Kitty came in, and the Traveling Pisces. Yay! I hope they come out to California and not go to Texas. There's a hint. There's a parking lot over here with everybody's name on it if they want to come. I'm just saying. Hot showers, hard to turn it down. So it was just cool that sitting there, nobody really grabbed cameras and shoved it into everybody's faces. You know, it was just kind of a sit down, a one-on-one perspective with somebody, and we just talked about life. And I dug that, man. That was so cool, you know, to see what their trials and tribulations are as they go through the journey as full-time RVers, because I don't have that perspective. I'm not a full-time RVer. I am just a weekend warrior that goes out, you know, and screws up all you guys' full-time stuff. You know, if I can mess you up, I'll mess you up because I'm a weekend warrior and I don't know what I'm doing. So hold my Coke, right? I'm going to screw it up. Well, you guys are living out there and you're doing stuff and you're figuring out what works, what doesn't work. And to sit down across from you and talk to you, not only the creators, but also the subscribers. And a lot of them are full-time. And it's just a really cool dynamic to see what's going on. Jones in the Travel Aaron's running around and he's fixing solar panels and battery issues and all that other stuff. So it's like, wow, hey, Kent, how you doing? Welcome into the chat. So it was just really, really cool to see all of that behind the scenes and then have people come over and say, you know, hey, you're Papa Drew, or hey, you're Aaron, or you're Grassroots Living, or you're Living Light. And then to watch that creator interact with that subscriber, it was truly humbling. It really was. It was really cool, man. And it's hard to put that into words, just that feeling of realness and the love and everything that took place out there in that desert. I mean, if you think about it, right, Arizona is just rocks and some cactus and some bushes. But once a year, it turns magical where everybody comes together and sits out in the middle of this desert and just chats with each other and hangs out and everybody just gelled, man. It was just cool. So I don't know what Tampa was like. I'm sure you had some of that. You guys looked like you were real crazy down there. Quartzsite was really mellow. It was just kind of like, we're here. We are enjoying each other. We have the campfire. We were able to turn the campfire blue, which was neat. And we just kind of just chilled with each other and hung out. And the other cool thing about Quartzsite is you look up and it's a gazillion stars up there, man. And it was just like, wow. Hey, James, how you doing? Our national adventure, what's going on? If you have a chance to go to Quartzsite, right, I would highly recommend pointing your rig into that Arizona desert that one time a year, finding your tribe, connecting with them, sitting down, and just having that conversation. Just, you know, hey, it's Drew, man. I got a Fu Manchu beard. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Can I get you a beer? Can I get you some water? Let me cook you some steaks. You know, that's the cool thing about what we did in Quartzsite. And I just wanted to share that with everybody that didn't get a chance to go. And then the people that did go, I'm sure they're all shaking their heads going, yup, that's how it was. It was just cool. Kent saying we all came away with a very full hearts, and we still connect weekly. Yeah, you make friends, you know, lifelong friends. I feel like I could just pick up the phone and say, hey, you know, I have a problem with this. I have a problem with that. Or they could call me and say, I have a problem with this. I have a problem with that. And we'd be there for each other. It was really, really cool until I flew my drone into Lisa's front door. How about those comfy chairs? Thanks for sharing your heart with. Yeah, those chairs were cool, weren't they? Okay, so I have a tradition when I go out and I take my rig out. I have a campfire every morning. We have a campfire every evening. I've never turned anybody away from a campfire, and I will always give up my chair for somebody to sit down. And I did that the whole week I was out there. Matter of fact, I insisted people sit down in the chair. I said, hey, you're standing, sit down in the chair, and made them do that. And it was really cool. Our national venture says, I'm so happy that I'm so happy you had that experience. We look forward to next year and much traveling this year, but Quartzsite wasn't on the cards this time. I'm telling you, our national adventure, if you can put it on the card for next year, that's where the cool kids are going to hang out. And I'm not saying that against the Tampa kids and all the guys that went down there. I'm not doing that. But the cool kids really went to Quartzsite, and we really connected and were able to bond on this level. It's just something about having a campfire, sitting down, eating a hot dog, and chatting with each other. And that was the magic. That was the cool part. So if you can do that, go for it. Let's see. Galleon Adventure says, well, what's the story on the drone? Dude, I got footage that I put in. I sent it this morning to Living Light, and that's in the video. Matter of fact, that's opening the video. So you'll see, but I did a little special effects on that. So it's really funny. It's really cool. But I'm using that footage. And Kent, Lisa, if you want to use the footage, you can save it. And you can use it any way you want to. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But I'm going to use that footage to do that. The video that's coming. It's almost edited. I got to put some music in it. I got to do some more cuts to it, and then I'm going to put it up. Let's see what's going on. No need to get okay. So Buckeye Kitty, no need to get us you need to get us some of those chairs. Much easier to get up and down than those anti-gravities. Yeah, those chairs are the bomb. Living Like Galleon's Adventures. I feel that Galleon's Adventure. I have a feeling you'll see the footage on Drew's next video. Yeah, you will. It's on there. I shot 30 gigs of drone footage, and I'm only using that little part of the drone footage. So I have all this drone footage that I'm not using from Quartzsite, but I shot 30 gigs from the time I set the drone up to now. So yeah, I shot 80 gigs worth of footage, stealth footage. You guys didn't know I was filming, so I was trying to, I didn't want to stick the camera in everybody's face because it was just, it just didn't seem appropriate to start sticking cameras in everybody's faces. Just the way the whole dynamic was going on there at the campsite and the way everybody was just connecting and jibing with each other. I just didn't want to say, hey, this is Papa Drew, let me stick a camera in your face. I didn't want to do that. I dug all the interviews that happened down there. That was cool. There were no problems with all that. But from my perspective, being my first meetup and then kind of, hosting it, I didn't want to be that host where I invite everybody in and, kind of stick that camera in your face. I didn't want to do that. I wanted everything just to play out, and I wanted everybody to have a good time, and I wanted everybody just to connect and grow. And I think that's exactly what happened. And yeah, I mean, I drove home and it was like tears, it was tears when I was hugging goodbye. So Living Light RV, I'd say try to get to their either Tampa or Quartzsite, hang out with your tribe to build into each other's lives. Yeah. We're planning on Quartzsite next January. See, there's a lot of them that are coming back. I think everybody had a good time. Thanks for sharing your drone footage. It was fun. Yeah, I got some other ones. I mean, I wish I could have got it closer. Casey Martin says, hi. I need to check out those chairs. Yeah, National Adventures. What I'll do is I'll put a link on my website for the chairs and stuff. One of them I bought out of Camping World. My wife bought it, and the other one I bought off of Amazon was like $100. So they're really good. Excuse me, I'm having a Coke. Oh, and a smile. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what was going on. The weather was really good. It rained at 3 a.m. One day up there, and I got up, put on some sweats, headed out to the campfire that was there, and put the chairs away. But I would say everybody was in bed probably by 11. I mean, there was no craziness. There was no drama, no yelling, no fighting. There was no heavy drinking whatsoever going on in the camp at all. And that was awesome. So it was really kid friendly to come up. Nobody had any complaints about anybody. Not that I'm aware of. Not that Jim was aware of and Aaron was aware of. Nobody came and told us, if there was any complaints. So I think everybody had a great time. I know that there's been talk that we're going to do it next year. We'll see how that pans out. I'm praying that we're going to do it next year. I want to do it. I know Jones into Travels and Sweet Travels is he think he wants to do it too. So that would be fun to do it next year. I'm down for that. I mean, if there's anything we could do better, I think might be not have potluck dinner so late would be the one, and then signage, because a lot of the GPSs told us to park our cars on the road and to walk to the campsite. I'm not walking anywhere. Nay, I say. I will drive to a campsite, but I'm not walking to a campsite. So I think some better signage and stuff up there. But it was just, it was Living Light. I don't know if this is Kent or Lisa on there, but you hit the nail on the head. It's just amazing people and super fun and no drama. And that's what it should be. You come out to the desert and it was almost like a retreat. You just come out to the desert. I mean, I had at any one given time in front of my RV, there must have been 5 to 10 people in front of my RV and just hanging out and just talking every morning. We went through 2 of those 20-pound propane bottles. Of course, I have the adjustable flame, so we had some flame going. And it's Lisa. So, yeah. And then Grassroots Living and Traveling Pisces. Man, those are good people and good channels. Really good, down-to-earth people. Living Light RV. Kent jumped in my rig just before I left, and I was wondering what he was doing with my phone. I thought he was giving me GPS coordinates to Canada, which I don't really want to go to Canada. Nothing against Canada, but right now it's a little on the cold side, and there's this white stuff called snow, so I didn't really want to do that. Plus, it costs a lot of money from Quartzsite. He was taking snapshots and videos on my cell phone to leave me a little message as I was driving away. That's cool, man. I was laughing. That's awesome. So, yeah, it was just neat things like that was going on left and right. And people were goofing with each other and cracking jokes and strategizing on how to do things. And then the subscribers or the community were listening to this stuff, and they were chiming in and they were talking with us and they were interacting. And it was just so cool to see that dynamic of it's just hard to say, man, because it's just so much is just, yeah, you had to be there. I don't know the "Oh Canada" song, Lisa, so we'll learn it for next time, and then we'll get you another flag that's bigger. Now that Aaron knows how to use business cards to get free stuff at vendors, that we had a class on that. So we help Camper Size Living at Galleon Adventures. You would love all the trail riding. Yeah. So there were a lot of razors out there and side-by-sides and cams, or whatever you want to call it, Can-Ams or whatever they are. And they were just riding all over the place. You could even drive them down the street. So it's just cool, man. I mean, you could kind of do whatever you wanted to do. Bike riding was really, it was tough. I know that Living Light RV, I think they went on a bike ride. They're braver than I am because it's all loose rock out there and stuff. But I think they were doing about 30, 40 miles an hour down the trails. And at one point, I think I saw them doing wheelies while holding the Canadian flag in their hand and doing this with it was really cool. Grassroots Living just came in. They're such awesome people. If you haven't subscribed to these people, go watch their content, check them out. They're definitely, what you see in their YouTube videos are how they are in real life, which is cool. Except for Galleon Adventures, he's funnier in real life. He needs to add more comedy into his videos. So Jerry, if you're listening, be funnier. I'm just kidding. So anyway, it's just hard to put my finger on how much love there is out there. It's just weird, man. You go out there and you have an expectation of like, yeah, I'm going to go out to the desert. I'm not going to take a shower for a week. I'm going to bring extra underwear because I was told to, which was half my suitcase. And I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I've never done this before. So it's an experience. And I drove up by myself. My wife and kids came up later. They were super sick, but they drove up. So you pull in, and then all these YouTubers come running at your motorhome with like cameras. I was like, what? Get my good side. No, the other side. And it was really funny. And then you park and you're trying to like get your motorhome like put together and everything. And you're trying to meet everybody and you're trying to get to know people. And it was so much fun. It was so cool. So people that are up will know. So yeah. Anybody else kind of feel like that was up there? Yeah, Kelly and her extra underwear. She'll never live that down. I think we need to make a flag next year saying Sweet Travels told me to pack extra underwear. Hey, Casey Martin, Micro, just joined. Is this Quartzsite, Arizona? No, I'm not in Quartzsite right now. I wish. I'm almost tempted to get back up in the car and drive up there, but we're down here in Long Beach right now. I'm a block away from the Pacific Ocean. Sitting in the condo, just talking about the experiences that we had in Quartzsite and the amazing amount of people that came to the meetup just to hang out with us. And it was so much fun. Jeez. I don't know what Tampa was like. I saw videos of it. I saw a lot of building things and that kind of stuff. And everybody's wearing the same t-shirts. And it looked really fun. It looked really, really cool. We didn't have that in Quartzsite. We had hashtag fire pit, hashtag don't take a shower for a week, hashtag bring extra underwear. And that's kind of our Quartzsite stuff. And then we had the problem with the black tank, of course, because it's Papa Drew, right? So Buckeye Kitty really helped us out with such a nice people too. Check them out. That we had to drain a black tank, and then their Blue Boy, the side wasn't connected. So as soon as I pulled the valve, it started to come down, and then it was coming towards my feet, and I heard it, and I could jump back about 5 feet, and then finally reached down and closed it. So we almost had another story there. And I turn around, and Buckeye Kitty's filming me, so I'm sure this will be somewhere on film. Living Light RV has their video, and they're filming it, so I don't know if they're going to post that or not. But I'm trying to fix a clog, and I'm getting filmed from two different directions. I'm doing it as it's coming out towards my feet. Of course, it's Papa Drew. It just, if it has to do with the black tank, it's going to happen to me. And unfortunately, I had everybody filming it, which makes it even tougher. But whatever it is. So fun times at band camp. And then I tried to pay. See, this is the other thing. So I tried to slip $40 over to Buckeye Kitty, right? Because they came out from their camp. This is how cool these people are. All right. This is really, it's okay. So she's living out there right now with her son. Super nice people. They at the campsite, they drive to their trailer that's out in Quartzsite. They load up 2 Blue Boys in the back of their truck because I'm stuck, right? I'm out in the middle of the desert. I got a clog. I thought the black tank was full. They brought the tanks over to me from their trailer. How nice is that? Then I hook everything up. They put it into their truck, And they're like, you don't have to, they dumped it for us. I tried to pay them. They wouldn't take money. That's how nice these people are. That's how real they are. I tried this, like, here, you're helping me out of a jam. I really want to give you this money. Please accept this. It'll help you guys out. And they just wouldn't take it. And you can't find friends like that. That's just, you know, you meet them for the first time out in the middle of the desert and they do something like that for you. You're damn right I'm going to call them good friends. That's amazing. That's how the people were. That's how everybody was. If something wasn't going right, people would come to your aid and help you. And, you know, 80-90% of the RV community will do that. I don't know to that extent they'll do that, because that was above and beyond the call. That's like Superman stuff. But they did that, and it's amazing. And there were stories like that up and down the campsite. We lost a window in the storm. The video I just posted yesterday, we lost part of the window. And I just got there a day later. I have Aaron from Jones and the Travels, Sweet Travels, and Diary of a Family. He's filming it. They're putting in the window and doing everything and get the whole thing in for me. That's such a good community. It's a bunch of good people coming together to do good things. And that is cool. When are we going to Bolsa Chica? We don't have anything booked right now, Casey, going to Bolsa Chica. I have Chula Vista, I think we're going to next month. And that was the RV park that got wiped out in the storm in my last video. So we will be heading down there. Sunset Resorts, I think towards the end of next month. My new channel stickers are coming. Tunestead rocks. So I'll post something on our website. If you want to swing by, you can get a free sticker and say hi to everybody if you want, Casey. And come and say hi to us, because we love that too. You know, just come by and say hi. So we can talk about how great it was and never really approach. Let me see what Grass wrote, because they're so cool, man. If you ever get a chance, sit down with Living Light RV at the same time you're sitting down with Grassroots Living, and bring Lisa some wine, red, okay, and just chat with them. Blow your mind. I'm telling you, they're just such good people. Can we talk about how great it was, and never really approach how special it really was? You just have to come and experience it. And that statement is just so true. Just so true. Papa Drew, you'll have to mail me a new sticker in Canada. Sure. Just give me your address and I'll send it out to you, man. No problem. So yeah, I mean, we can sit down and talk about how good the people were, but what's really hard to recreate is that special feeling that you get when you're sitting around that campfire. And I look over and Ken's eating a half roasted weenie and Lisa's drinking a little plastic thing of wine. And I didn't get it on film. So yeah. Hey, it's RV Kids TV. Welcome into the chat, man. So yeah, if you guys can make it next year, I highly recommend it. S&M on SoundCloud. What type of RV should I get for my first or full-time non-travel? So are you trying to live in that thing, or are you trying to go around the country and see stuff? I mean, it was really interesting too, because when there were a lot of questions going back and forth. There were a lot from different channels, and I'm not going to say what the questions were, but one of them is like, what size RV? And it was funny because my answer, being a weekend warrior, was completely different from people that are living in them. And it was just neat to see that dynamic. Everybody that's living in full time was like, smaller, smaller, smaller. And I'm going weekend warrior, bigger, 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 you know, and it was just a neat dynamic to see the difference on that. And then to look around and see, we had a bunch of HDTs, which are heavy duty transport semi trucks that were pulling fifth wheels that were like 40 feet, 45 feet long, with triple towing coming out to the desert where we were. And to see that, and I have a video on that coming out where the one gentleman puts his wife in one of those Can-Ams, and actually she's almost straight down to get it off the top of the special rack that he made. And I'll post that video. Our national adventures at Papa Drew's RV have to run. Our premiere is in a few minutes. Oh, cool. We have stickers I'd love to send you. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll exchange stickers with you, man. No problem. And have a great premiere. As soon as this is done, we'll jump over there and we'll watch that. Yes, live full time for non-travel. For non-travel, I would probably get a big one. I mean, would you guys agree? I would get, if it's non-travel and you're just parking it somewhere, and I would get the biggest one you could afford, because then space is a premium and you're not worried about towing it down the road, and you don't have to worry about cars or getting a tow vehicle or anything like that. So I would just get the biggest thing you can find and afford. And I would look into, if you can afford it, DRVs, mobile suite, those are legit fifth wheels. So I would legit put that on my bed. Faux show. I don't know what you're talking about, but could we get a quilt? Could we get could we give a quilt out as a door prize? Yeah, actually, we have some at our work. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to clear that with the owner. I can't give stuff away, but yeah, maybe next year. I mean, okay, so we did door prizes, and how it worked was I let Sweet Travels and Jones and Travel. I said, yeah, I'm going to buy some door prizes, whatever, not a big deal. I went to Wish and I bought just funny stuff. So we did have door prizes and we did do a giveaway, and I think they were funny, and I think people appreciated them. So a lot of people are doing premieres right now. So people that were at Quartzsite with us in the campsite, would you agree on everything I'm saying, or am I so far off base and left cloud that I have no idea what I'm talking about? I think I'm hitting the nail on the head. I think I captured the feelings, at least from me. I mean, I do me, you do you, but yeah, the Dorito. Oh, you won the Dorito socks? Can we get pictures of you wearing the Dorito socks? So those were the door prizes. We did funny door prizes, and I would love to see either one of you wearing, or both of you have one sock on one foot and one sock on the, like do matching. That would be cute if we could do that, and send some stuff. True, it was quite an extra underwear, no doubt. Happy Kim, I would think clean underwear is kind of an important requirement. Yeah, well, I had a ton and I changed my underwear regularly. We have 30-gallon tanks, so it was hard to do showers and flush toilets and everything out there. I didn't want to run out of water. But yeah, extra underwear. If you need a packing guide, go see Sweet Travels. Just email Kelly for a packing guide. She'll help you out with that, I'm sure. And then I'll get hate mail from her. So if you can make it to Quartzsite next year, and that was the only place you could go one place next year, and that's it, I would do Quartzsite. Hillbilly's Heartbeat. The tent was the tent was the tent. It was what I bought chocolate covered Twinkies, which I gave to another man. So I gave another man my chocolate covered Twinkie. I'm glad he didn't punch me. It was like $5 for two of them. So, I mean, it was expensive. Damn good Twinkie though. So the tent wasn't, it was, I'll put footage up, and I'm sure you'll see a ton of footage of the tent. I wasn't super impressed. They didn't have super duper great sales other than batteries. Batteries were pretty good at the tent. Solar, the guy was selling 210 watts for $190. So it was under $1 a watt. So that's pretty good. But yeah, the tent's fun if you go with a bunch of people and you can walk around and film stuff or talk to people and do all that kind of stuff. Then the tent is fun. If you're going there to just try and like shop and try and get the greatest deals on the planet, it's just the tent. It's just neat. On the outskirts of the tent, though, what's really cool is to get into some of those little vendors, little tchotchke vendors that are out there and stuff. That's kind of fun if you like rummaging around and you're into stones. A lot of stones, more stones than we should ever see. There's a lot of stones out there. That would be okay. You could go do that. That would be cool. I mean, you can go do it and whatever, but it would be fun. We went out to dinner or breakfast once, and I'll have a video kind of on that. I'll put a little thing together. That was really fun, and it was good food. It was really good food. Aaron, if you're still in here, do you remember the place of that thing? I don't remember the place of it. It was like 3 grills or something. I don't know, but it was really, really good food. It wasn't expensive. It was really good though. I had a heart attack on a plate with 3 eggs and some hash browns and stuff, so that was cool. But back to the meetup in Quartzsite. Any advice? Would I give anybody some advice? Yeah, I would. Okay. So what I would do next time is, one, come with a very comfy chair. Do not wear flip-flops like I did. So hashtag Quartzsite flip-flop club didn't work out so well. If you step on that first cactus, you're going to change your mind. I tried. Didn't work. Bottled water is a must. We had 3 cases of bottled water on board with us, and that was just about the right amount of water. Extra underwear, extra clothes. I would get something to tie down your awnings, because sometimes at night the wind was coming up. We had tied our awnings to our propane bottles, the big barbecue ones we have inside the coach, with a rope just to hold them down at night, just in case the wind came up, and it did a couple times because they're expensive. What else would I do? Oh, fill up with gas before you go out there on your rig, like we did. I filled up in California, which is about $150, which is ridiculous at $4 a gallon. And then we drove out to Quartzsite, and I hit the Loves right there, and I topped off, and I used about a quarter tank of gas. It wasn't that much because I had to run the generator because I have no solar. The other thing you might want to look into if you're going out there is a solar briefcase if you're not set up for solar, just to help top off your batteries and stuff, because you will be using batteries. Even with us, we just have lights and the refrigerator and the furnace, and we use batteries. Of course, I did coffee every morning, so my whole shtick was, in the mornings I would get up before anybody in camp. I love that part of the morning where I can get up and camp is quiet. The sun's not even up yet. It's still dark. You light your fire. You sit down in your chair. You look up. You dig the stars. You look out and you see the coaches kind of starting to silhouette a little bit as the sun's coming up. Maybe fire off a couple pictures and relax. And then as the sun comes up over those mountains and the sky gets that orange burnt, the golden hour, it's just the magic time in camp when everybody's still sleeping and you're up, and you can think, you can have your own thoughts, you can reflect on your life, and you can just dig and be in that moment. And that was part of the magic of Quartzsite, in my opinion. That was awesome. And then once somebody else fired on a generator, because I didn't want to be the first one, and I would make coffee for everybody. We had a big steel craft, and you come over and you can make coffee. I never did make that cocoa. I'm sorry, but we got coffee every morning. Hey, Pause and Effect, how you doing, brother? Don't let fear of the unknown stop you from joining us. Yeah, absolutely. You just, if you're afraid to drive out to the desert or come out to see us, don't be. My wife got lost coming out there, and we jumped in a semi truck, a toter, and drove out and got her and brought her back into camp. So don't be afraid of coming out and partaking in the group and joining us, because we'll welcome you in with open arms. Absolutely. It's just that cool. Ken says $2.25 per gallon right now in Parker. I think Quartzsite was somewhere in that price range. I would agree with Drew. If I was limited in going just one place next year, I go to Quartzsite. The relationships we made with the people will last a lifetime. I totally agree. Absolutely. If I had a choice and I lived in the middle of the country, and again, I'm not saying anything about Tampa, whatever, I would go to Quartzsite. Knowing what I do now from being in Quartzsite versus going to an RV show, I go to Quartzsite in a hillbilly's heartbeat. I'm not saying anything bad about Tampa. I'm not saying anything. I mean, do it. You be you and I'll be me. But if I had that choice between the two and that needle could move either way, I'm going to Quartzsite. I just am. Every single time. And if you can come along for that journey, you would. Oh, I know one thing that everybody in here will agree with me. Everybody, because people were up at 3:00 in the morning. I wasn't the only one trying to upload videos at 3 in the morning because Verizon absolutely sucks in Quartzsite. Verizon is the worst in Quartzsite. I'm telling you right now, it's horrible unless you want to get up at 3:00 in the morning, and that's when you can either check your emails, stream, do whatever you have to do. But Verizon was the worst. AT&T was pretty good from what I'm hearing. I don't have it, but AT&T was good. Verizon was horrible. So if you're going to go to Quartzsite and you need the internet, subscriber, family member, or creator, do not get Verizon. I'm telling you right now, don't do Verizon. And I'm sure that Grassroots Living will agree with me because they were up at 3:00 in the morning. So was Living Light RV up at 3:00 in the morning trying to upload videos onto YouTube because they couldn't get connectivity. I remember Kent coming out and he was like, what's wrong, dude? I was up all night, eh? So, but AT&T is probably your best bet out there. When I was connected over to Aaron, because Jones in the travel, because he got tired of me bitching constantly, he let me jump on his AT&T. I was doing all right with AT&T. So, yeah, Mel, we'd be super honored to have you. We have AT&T and Verizon for that retail. Yep. I'm telling you, pause and effect. I mean, I know that part of Buckeye Kitty over there is saying that any phone carrier sucks, but I'm telling you, AT&T was probably a lot better than Verizon. Verizon was horrible. Slow momentum. Hello, welcome into the chat. See, Grassroots Living's agreeing with me. So those are kind of some of the things that I would look at, and kind of say, okay, lessons learned. This is for next year. Maybe I'll go get an AT&T hotspot because they're saying service is even worse now. But the show should be pretty much over, right, Kat? Or is the show still going? I don't know what's going on up there right now. All I know is that I'm down here, and if I don't end this here pretty soon, my wife is going to get super mad at me because she wants to eat steak. So we'll keep going for a little bit, but then we'll call it a night here probably early. But anyway, anybody else have any suggestions or advice when heading to Quartzsite? Because I know that everybody has their different needs and wants, and I'm a pretty simple guy, right? As long as I can bring up a ton of meat, I have water, I have enough toilet paper, and apparently extra underwear, propane for fire, and coffee, I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty simple dude. I'll say hi to Ange for you. She'll be up there next year. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And hopefully she'll feel better. Gabby is still very sick. And now Maddie is back being sick. So we have some kind of plague over here at the house. I try to hide as much as possible. But James Cantonese says, Drew, I'll be there. It takes me about 3 days when starting in there in Arizona. Okay. Well, we look forward to having you next year. I'm sure we haven't even talked about plans or whatever. I just know that there's some ideas out there. Blue boys needed, yes. Or have really good people that have blue boys. But yes. And for some reason, I got the name Turtle, so I kept calling him a turtle. So every time I would say that, people would look on the ground going, why are you filling a turtle full of... Never mind. So I don't know why. Maybe it's a military thing. We called them turtles. So I don't know. But the dog's acting up right now. Did Cleo do something? Okay. So, yeah. Sorry. The sick kids hope. Yeah, I know. Well, you know how it is, right? Kids get sick and everybody. Custom wheel, horse, tractor. Hello, everybody. How you doing? We have one yesterday, Meals on Wheels. So, yeah, blue boys are needed and apparently extra underwear. Do not wear flip-flops up there. So, anyway, I hope everybody's enjoying this chat about Quartzsite. I just wanted to share some of my experiences that I had up there because sitting down and just talking with people, my eyes were opened and possibilities were presented that I didn't know existed. The whole lifestyle is just cool. Being on the road and doing all that stuff is just really neat. And you know, a lot of people that were on the road were just like, dude, don't wait for tomorrow. Do it now. If you can figure out a way to do it and get on the road. And somebody said down there, Kent, that don't try and make everything perfect before you leave because you're never going to do it. And when you get out on the road and you're living full time in this thing, I guess a lot of things go wrong that you have to kind of overcome, adapt, and improvise. So if you're waiting for it to be perfect, you'll never get on the road. So that's kind of it. That's kind of where I'm at. I had all these feelings that I just wanted to get out and talk to everybody about, and then hopefully it translates into my video, which is hopefully coming out tomorrow or the next day. And I hope everybody can look at that and see a different side because I'm trying to do something different a little bit. And I hope everybody just laughs and has a good time with it. And yeah, it was just cool, man. It was just a really cool time. Does anybody that wasn't in Quartzsite have any questions for the people that were in Quartzsite? We didn't have lizards getting frostbite and falling out of trees like they did in Florida. We had big bonfires every night, and we had a lot of socialization. So that's kind of what happened. Advice: don't be afraid to go over and talk to other people. It seems like everybody has so many things in common with you. Yeah, it was really, that's the other part too I can touch. It was just so cool just to be able to walk up to somebody and say, hey, how you doing? Where are you from? Right? So all your inhibitions and your fears and everything, when you go into Quartzsite, keep an open mind. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there because the person that you're going to be chatting with or you're trying to introduce yourself, I guarantee you're going to be cool people. One, they'll probably 99% of them will be open to your input in your chat and have that conversation with them, not at them. And that'll be very respectful. And I guarantee you'll go to that special place, man. You will go to that place in your conversation where you really connect with this person, but you have to take that step into that world. You have to put your foot forward and be willing to do that. Or if you're lucky, somebody will do it for you. They'll come to you and take that first step. And if they do, welcome them in and hug them. You know, that's just my advice. Because if more people did that, this would be a cool planet. Just saying. How's that for Papa Drew? That's a new side. Not sure I'm digging it, but we're going to get there. So anyway, I think we're going to cut it short. We're what? How many minutes into this thing? We are, I don't even have a clock. About 10 minutes short. So we're going to cut it short here. And I want to thank everybody for coming out, joining us. And next live, we'll have guests come up and we'll have people, and maybe we'll even get some of you guys, because you're cool, to come up on the channel with us and to talk and say hi and have a conversation. But I just wanted to connect with everybody that is in the chat, because a lot of times when I'm up here doing the stream and we're talking about, you know, all the YouTube stuff, I don't have a chance to sit here and like read your chats and sit up here and just talk with you, you know, and have this connection. And I dig that. And I really wanted to do that tonight. I wanted to be talking with you guys, not talking at you. I wanted to connect with everybody tonight. And I feel like we kind of did that a little bit. And I really like that. So I'm digging it, man. So we're going to end it. You guys are so great. I mean, I truly love you. And I'm going to end this just like I do every other video. And here it goes. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate you.